Deadly explosion at U.S.-Canada border. U.S. News. 2 dead after vehicle explodes at Rainbow Bridge border crossing in Niagara Falls, official says. Associated Press by Carolyn Thompson and Jennifer Peltz, updated 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, November 22nd, 2023. Niagara Falls, New York, Associated Press. A vehicle speeding toward a U.S.-Canada bridge from the American side crashed and exploded at a checkpoint in Niagara Falls on Wednesday, leaving 2 people dead and prompting the closing of 4 border crossings in the area, authorities said. There was no immediate information on the cause of the incident, but it raised concerns on both sides of the border. The White House said President Joe Biden was closely following developments, and Canadian Prime Minister Justin Trudeau said officials were taking this extraordinarily seriously. This is obviously a very serious situation in Niagara Falls, Trudeau said in Parliament before excusing himself from question period in the House of Commons to be briefed further. The 2 deceased people were in the vehicle, a law enforcement official told the Associated Press. The official was not authorized to discuss details of the investigation publicly and spoke on condition of anonymity. Aaron Ferguson, a spokesperson for the city of Niagara Falls, New York, said the vehicle was traveling at high speed from that city and crashed into the border station. Jim Diodati, the mayor of Niagara Falls, Ontario, told the Canadian Broadcasting Corporation that what happened appeared to be an isolated incident. The U.S. FBI's Field Office Bureau in Buffalo and other agencies were investigating the blast. New York Governor Kathy Hochul traveled to Buffalo from the state capital, Albany. The explosion happened on the U.S. side of the Rainbow Bridge, which connects the 2 countries across the Niagara River. Photos and video taken by bystanders and posted on social media showed thick smoke, flames on the pavement, and a security booth that had been singed. Videos showed that the fire was in a U.S. Customs and Border Protection area just east of the main vehicle checkpoint. The agency had no immediate comment. Why is it that when I read Rainbow Bridge, the first thing that comes to my mind is a Thor movie? Continuing. Speaking to WGRZ TV, witness Mike Gunther said he saw a vehicle speeding toward the crossing from the U.S. side when it swerved to avoid another car, crashed into a fence, and exploded. All of a sudden, he went up in the air, and then it was a ball of fire like 30 or 40 feet high, Gunther told the station. I never saw anything like it. The Niagara Falls Bridge Commission called the incident a serious car crash. From inside Niagara Falls State Park, Melissa Ruffalo said she saw a huge plume of black smoke rise up over the border crossing, roughly 50 yards or 45 meters away from the popular tourist destination. Ruffalo told Associated Press in a message that police arrived soon after, urging visitors to disperse as they began cordoning off the street. Raghu Bhattari said by phone that he was inside his restaurant, the Niagara Tandoori Hut, near the bridge when he heard a sound he described as a boom. A few minutes later, he saw black smoke rising. The bridge and 3 others between Western New York and Ontario were quickly closed as a precaution, and the Buffalo Niagara International Airport began security checks on all cars and told passengers to expect additional screenings. The safety measures tied up traffic at the airport and elsewhere on one of the busiest U.S. travel days of the year, ahead of the American Thanksgiving holiday. Trudeau said additional measures were being contemplated and activated at border crossings across Canada. In Toronto, about 100 miles, about 160 kilometers away, police said they were increasing patrols as a precaution. New York City police were monitoring the news from Buffalo, but already had boosted security at various spots because of the Macy's Thanksgiving Day Parade on Thursday. The Niagara Falls Bridge Commission reported that all 4 of its crossings, the others are Lewiston, Whirlpool, and Peace Bridge, were closed. Sanchit Chatha, his wife Reshu, and their 13-year-old daughter Trisha had stopped in Niagara Falls for lunch en route home to Toronto from Buffalo when they started getting news notifications about the explosion. Worried friends called knowing the family was in the area. Trisha was concerned at seeing the bridges to Canada shut down, her mother said. She has a math test tomorrow, the mother explained as the family waited to find out when the crossings would open. About 6,000 vehicles cross the Rainbow Bridge each day, according to the U.S. Federal Highway Administration's National Bridge Inventory. About 5% is truck traffic, according to the federal data. The bridge, constructed in 1941, is just over 1,440 feet or 439 meters long and has a main span constructed of steel, according to the data. Associated Press writers Michael Balsamo, Deepti Hajeli, and Jake Offenhartz in New York, Eric Tucker in Washington, Rob Gillies in Toronto, Anthony Izagir and Maysoon Khan in Albany, New York, and Christopher L. Keller in Albuquerque, New Mexico contributed to this report. Deadly explosion at the U.S.-Canada border. On Associated Press, it's titled 2 Dead After Vehicle Explodes at Rainbow Bridge Border Crossing in Niagara Falls, official says. It was published here by Carolyn Thompson and Jennifer Peltz, updated at 4:56 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, November 22nd, 2003. Just for reference, the time right now is 5:21 p.m. Eastern Standard Time, where I am here in Virginia Beach, Virginia. Yeah.